Okay, if everything has gone according to plan, we should be live on YouTube again. Welcome back from that short break. We are back yet again with some more CES coverage. This time, it's Nvidia's turn for me to harshly judge everything they do and complaining about when they're spending too much time pleasing their shareholders and not enough time actually announcing cool stuff. Yeah, it's that kind of show. Anyway, we have 15 seconds, more or less. So, like last time, put all your predictions in the live chat. Now, or forever hold your peace, and we'll see exactly what Nvidia have in store for us. Honestly, apart from the RTX 40 supercards, which we pretty much know everything about, I didn't know what else to expect, and okay.
CES 2024.
Here we go.
We'll begin with GeForce RTX, and then cover robotics.
Okay.
Let's get started.
That's perfect for me, because I can literally just tune out the entire second half of this presentation.
Our world.
I'm probably not even going to cover the
frame,
robotics stuff. I'm just going to do the
moment,
stuff. So yeah,
and
if you really care about that,
matters.
I don't know. Go watch Nvidia's presentation, I guess.
From creating new worlds to epic solo adventures and chaotic multiplayer showdowns.
I see people joining. Welcome, welcome.
The edge.
Again, before they announce anything, let me know any of your last predictions for what they could be bringing to the market.
Power of
Again,
AI.
even though we kind of really know everything
You're
about
charged
Nvidia
with
GeForce, still,
superpowers,
they could surprise
making
us.
every move momentous and bringing every concept to life. RTX.
One thing
It's
that's
on.
certain compared to the AMD presentation, where they just kind of
Nvidia has
spoke
led
about
PC
how
gaming
amazing
and
AI is.
content
With
creation
Nvidia,
through
you know, they're actually
3
going to showcase
decades
the
of
AI tools
technology
they bring to
breakthroughs
market. That's what
and
I'm excited
performance
for.
gains of 10 million X. There are now over 200 million gamers and creators worldwide who count on GeForce-powered desktops and laptops. Today, Nvidia is at the center of the latest technology transformation, generative AI. Gen AI presents an opportunity far larger than the internet.
That's
It will
a
change how we
big
interact with games.
statement.
It will speed up creative workflows
That generative AI
and
is
will give
a bigger thing on the
everyone
internet,
a co-pilot to make us
I guess,
all
depending
more
on who you
productive.
ask.
NVIDIA's journey in AI began in 2006. We launched the GeForce 8800 GTX. Designed to play the most challenging video games, it proved it could certainly run Crysis. The 8800 architecture also
I love how that was
CUDA
most
cores,
likely on the original hardware as
allowing
well in one short
researchers
clip,
and
because that
developers
was very
everywhere
choppy.
to program the GPU for non-graphical applications. In 2012, a team of researchers from the University of Toronto made an incredible discovery. The GeForce GTX 580 GPU, best known for running games like Call of Duty, could be programmed with CUDA to run a convolutional neural network, an early innovation in deep learning. In fact, the GTX 580 crushed the record in the famed ImageNet image recognition contest, and the era of GPU-accelerated deep learning had begun. NVIDIA launched RTX
Yeah, I
in
mean, it's hard to
2018
argue that
and
they
set
kind
in
of
motion
did
a
kickstart the
giant
whole,
leap in
GP,
graphics,
GPU
real-time ray tracing.
10 years in the making.
And now we know with
It
like
combined
tensor cores, they
RT
do have a
cores
big advantage.
used to process rays with tensor cores used for
Speaking of.
AI-powered deep learning supersampling, or DLSS. The ray trace Star Wars Reflections experience, which previously required 4 NVIDIA V100 data center GPUs at a price tag of $60,000, was now possible on a single GeForce RTX GPU.
You think she heard us?
We continued to invest in ray tracing and AI. From its launch in 2018, RTX AI performance
Maybe they're going to
has
bring
increased
something
10x
new when it
to
comes to ray tracing
1300
then.
teraops or tops. Now, with DLSS 3.5,
that's kind of the
7
vibe I'm
out
getting
of
from the
every
way he's
8
talking about
pixels
it.
are generated by AI, accelerating full ray tracing by up to 4x with better image quality. Last year, AI made a dramatic leap to the mainstream. ChatGPT and Stable Diffusion inspired an unprecedented investment in training and inference of new generative AI models. With 100 million shipped, RTX GPUs provide a massive installed base for AI applications. In October,
I actually gonna show
NVIDIA
them, unlike
released our
AMD.
TensorRT LLM library for Windows, accelerating large language models like Llama 2 and Mistral up to 5x on RTX PCs. With our new Chat with RTX playground, enthusiasts can connect an RTX accelerated LLM to documents or YouTube videos, using Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG, and chat away. We are also introducing Tensor RT
You can connect the
acceleration
AI
for
to the
Stable
YouTube video
Diffusion
and do what
XL
exactly?
and SDXL Turbo in the popular automatic 1111 app, providing up to 60% boost in performance. Looking forward, AI experiences will be delivered with a hybrid of cloud and PC computation. Hybrid AI will use Nvidia GPUs in the cloud to run the largest language models, while taking advantage of RTX Tensor cores on your PC to run latency-sensitive applications. We are already seeing hybrid AI in action. For video conferencing, Microsoft Teams offers Copilot, an assistant running in the cloud, while NVIDIA Broadcast runs locally for noise removal and virtual backgrounds. For content creation, Adobe Photoshop includes Firefly-powered generative fill running in the cloud, while RTX GPUs power AI tools on the PC. And in gaming, a combination of AI in the cloud and PC will pull you deeper into the story.
Hi,
Last
welcome
year,
people
we
joining in
introduced
chat.
ACE,
Sorry I have to
our
kind of
platform
awkwardly
for
kind of turn my
AI-powered
head there
game
to see what
Let me turn it over to
what's
Seth
happening in
for
the
more
stream. But yeah,
details.
hello.
Thanks, Jeff. NVIDIA ACE is a technology platform that brings digital avatars to life with generative AI. ACE AI models are designed to run in the cloud or locally on the PC. Let's walk through an interaction with a game character. First, we start with the player's voice input. That prompt is then passed to our automatic speech recognition model, which translates speech to text. Then, we feed that text into a large language model to generate the character's response. After that, the text response is vocalized using a text-to-speech model, which is then passed to an animation model to
I wonder
create
how
a realistic lip sync.
quickly.
Finally,
I
a
wonder how
dynamic
soon
character is
games
rendered
will actually
into
start
the game
introducing
scene.
this into
Here at CES, we are
into
announcing
the,
ACE production
NPCs.
microservices for
Because it is
audio
pretty
to
cool
face
just having
and automatic speech recognition.
obviously
Available
there's
now, each model can be incorporated by our
plenty of
developers
reasons why you
individually
don't want to
into
have
their
AI
own
generated
pipelines. We are working with
NPC
top digital
conversations,
avatar
but
developers to
especially
bring
for like
NVIDIA ACE
background
technology to
NPC stuff
gamers.
like that to
Our
avoid
latest collaboration is with
the
Newegg,
problems
a
of
developer
games like
platform that enables
Oblivion
easy
or
integration
Skyrim
of
or
Gen
pretty much
AI-powered game characters.
pretty much anything
Today's
else in
platform features a set of
Bethesda.
tools and APIs
It is
to create
definitely a
character
great solution.
personas and enable
It
dynamic
literally wouldn't surprise me
conversations
if they
leveraging
used
the new
exactly
NVIDIA
that in Elder
audio to
Scrolls
face
6.
and Riva microservices. The latest features from Convey enable real-time character-to-character interaction, scene perception, and actions. Let's take a look. In this demo, we're back in the ramen shop with Jin, except this time, we're joined by Nova, a cybersecurity expert in our cyberpunk-flavored world. Let's listen in as these two AI game characters have a generated conversation.
Nova, you ever get that uncanny feeling we're like those AI constructs from the old sci-fi flicks? But nah, we're too quirky for that.
The cool thing is, the
His
conversation
animation is
different
pretty
every time.
stiff.
Quirky
But like
is
it
one
sounded
word for it,
realistic
Jin.
enough.
I think we're just too real to be anything but flesh and blood. You're not wrong, Jin. Sometimes I wonder if we're all just part of some elaborate cybernetic dream. If we were AIs, I'd be the one cracking jokes about the singularity over a bowl of ramen.
Haha, the AI is so funny and self-aware.
Aye, long time
Isn't it
no
so funny
see.
how it's
You've been hiding in the
gonna
shadows,
use that
but have you
humor
just been
while it's
trying
like
to
destroying
avoid me?
humanity?
Hey Nova, it's good to see you. I haven't been trying to avoid you, just been super busy. How are things?
Things are fantastic.
Yeah, I would
Just
hate
secured a
to
juicy
talk,
contract with
like actually
Zenith
use
and
my voice to
Sons.
talk to NPCs in the
Hey
game.
Jin, you hear that?
Just
Nova
give
landed
me
a big contract.
Just give
Let's
me
break out
some
the good
pre-made
stuff.
options. I'm not embarrassing
You
myself
got
like
it,
that.
guy.
Actually, speak.
Nova's
I know it's good
success
for
calls
immersion.
for the
I know it's
top
good
shelf
for
celebration.
making,
Just don't expect this to become a habit.
for you know, the characters, you know, the players and thus the main characters'
thanks, Jin.
intentions to be as clear as possible.
So Nova, have you
But
been
it
playing any
just,
games
yeah,
recently?
no. I'd
I've
just
been
be
testing
cringing
this
at myself
cool
every
game
single
tech
time
on
I
a
did
secret
that.
new GPU that's launching very soon. I can't talk about it here, but I can show you at the lab.
Wow, that sounds super cool. Yeah, I'd love to see the game tech. Let's go back to your lab.
Absolutely. Follow me and prepare to be blown away by what you're about to see.
Man, those smooth animation
With
transitions.
Convey's latest framework, game characters can now interact with the scene by fetching objects and navigating the world, all based on your conversation. Over to you, Christina.
Thank you, Seth. So many exciting new developments in gaming, and it doesn't end there. I'm thrilled
Okay,
to
here we
share
go.
that we now have over 500 RTX games and apps. This includes Alan Wake 2, which won 3 awards at this year's Game Awards. And we just keep growing. Horizon Forbidden West, the critically acclaimed sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, will be coming to PC early this year with the Burning Shores expansion, accelerated by DLSS 3. RTX
Critically
gamers
acclaimed?
will race
Wasn't
to
that
save
game
the
like
planet's
awful or
crumbling
something?
biosphere.
No,
Let's
I
take a
didn't
look.
play it because I don't have a PlayStation, but apparently.
Oh, looks like the rebels just got a lot more firepower.
Like, it looks nice, don't get me wrong, but if the game itself is bad, the rate doesn't matter.
PAX Day is a social sandbox MMO inspired by
Why
the
can't they
legends
bring
of the
some like
medieval
good
era,
Sony
where
exclusives
myths
to
are
PC? I
real,
want to play
ghosts exist,
Gran
and
Turismo.
magic is unquestioned. Developed by Mainframe Industries with veterans from CCP Games, Blizzard, and Remedy Entertainment, PAX Day will launch in early access on PC with AI-accelerated DLSS 3 in spring 2024. Here's a peek at never-before-seen gameplay.
It sure does look nice. I have no idea what kind of game it is. I'm assuming some kind of RTS? Some kind of like... Oh man, this reminds me. Back when I was like a very, very young, like still in primary school, you know, I had this idea for a game that was basically
Last
a
summer,
combination
Diablo 4
of
launched with DLSS 3
RTS and
immediately
RPG,
became
where you
Blizzard's
like you're a
fastest-selling
character in
game of
first
all time.
person, but at
I'm
the same
pleased
time
to
you can
announce
also
that ray
go into
tracing
like a
is coming to
top-down view
Diablo
and see
4
what you're
this
building,
March.
and then you can
Here's
explore
an
it in first
exclusive
person.
look with
That's kind of what
RTX
it
on.
reminded me of. Like that kind of game. Like I maybe one day I'll get around to actually doing some very basic games where I have the budget to hire people to do it for me, who actually know what they're doing. Or who knows, maybe we get to the point where I could just, you know, input my idea into an AI and then generate a game for me.
Our partnership with Activision doesn't end there. It also extends to the cloud with GeForce Now. In November, we welcomed the first Activision Blizzard game, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, day and date with its PC release. The lineup will only continue to grow, with Diablo 4
I wonder what that's going to
and
look like
Overwatch
now
2 coming
with
soon.
the acquisition, because
We will continue to release
well,
top titles from around the
Microsoft
globe,
would probably
like
prefer
Honkai Star Rail
use
and PAX
their
Day.
own xCloud
Today,
for
I am
cloud
also
gaming
excited
rather
to
than
announce
GeForce
Day
Now.
Passes coming to our membership options starting in February. Priority and Ultimate Day Passes will give gamers a full day of gaming with fastest access to our servers. At the intersection of gaming and creating,
A pure
is
raster
NVIDIA's modding
GTX type
platform,
card would
RTX
be nice for
Remix.
me, so just in Rage.
There are
Yeah, I
over
mean, I
10
could totally
billion
see
game
that still
mods
being
downloaded each year.
a
With
potential
Remix,
here, but at the same
modders
time,
can remaster their favorite classic games with full
I
ray
think that
tracing
RT
and
cores
DLSS
have
3,
gotten cheap enough
and use generative
that
AI
it's
tools
just
to
not worth
transform
it
a
for them to
classic game's
make
low-resolution
non-RT
textures
SKUs
into 4K
anymore.
physically accurate materials.
Like
We are
after so many
excited to
generations, I
announce
feel
that the
like
RTX
it's just
Remix app will be releasing an open beta
too
on
inefficient
January
for them
22nd.
to go back to making
The
non-RTX
community mod
cards.
team, Orbifold Studios,
I love being
is
proven
using
wrong.
RTX Remix to reimagine one of the greatest games
Yeah,
of all
RTX
time,
Remix.
Half-Life
That
2.
looks so
Let's check
so
out
much
their
fun.
latest
I'd love to
trailer
play
for a
around
first
RTX
look
Remix.
at Ravenholm with DLSS 3.5.
The amount of games that deserve this kind of treatment. Like, you can literally have fan-made like remasters of games. Do they look as good as their professionally made big-budget remasters? No. Like clearly clearly they are just taking, you know, old low poly assets and kind of doing some upscaling and whatnot, some fancy new ray trace lighting. But it's still, like you can see right there, it's a pretty huge improvement. Granted, there's still definitely a a charm to playing games on old graphic settings, you know, but I guess it's just one of those things, and like I said, I'd love to give it a go.
Back to you, Jeff.
I'll make
Thanks,
like a whole
Christina.
series of games
Generative
only
AI
I care
empowers
about
designers
in
and
RTX
marketers
remix. You know,
to
it's
create
always something
concept
literally no one
imagery,
remembers apart from
social
me
media
that I really
content,
like playing.
and more. Today, iStock by Getty Images is releasing a Gen AI service built on Nvidia Picasso, our AI foundry for visual design.
Generative
The
AI by
iStock
iStock.
service allows anyone to
That's
create 4K
interesting because
imagery
doesn't it
through
literally
text
kill
using
the
an
entire
AI
iStock
model
business
that is
model?
trained on Getty
Right?
Images'
Of people like
extensive
selling their
catalog of
photo rights to
licensed,
iStock? How
commercially safe
I never
creative
used.
content.
I never saw
The
any like
generative
photography
AI
to any kind of
service
these
is
services.
available
I didn't know
today
how it
at
worked. But
iStock.com with
that
advanced
doesn't
editing
sound like
features
it's a
releasing
good
via
deal to
API.
the average Joe who like
Let's
sells
take
the
a
stuff
look
on
at
there. But I don't know.
iStock in action.
Start generating visuals by describing your scene in the text
To
box.
be fair,
Select
you
the
know,
generated image that closest
stock
matches
photography
your
was on
visual.
its way out anyway the second that the AI
Then
boom
add
happened.
people and objects, indicating where in the image you want to place them.
Like
and
I remember a
adding
while
them with
back when I
simple
was making a
description.
thumbnail, I was just
iStock
trying to
also
get.
allows you to
I
modify
couldn't find
specific
a
elements in
background
the
image I really
For
needed
example, you can select a piece of
for it
clothing, and
anywhere
iStock
on
will
Google
generate
Images,
new options
and
that
even
fit
like
the space.
a lot of the stock options just weren't good. So I just
Once you are done
went
composing
Midjourney
your
and boom,
scene, easily
thumbnail
expand
background
your
ready.
image for different
So
mediums.
the tides are definitely shifting.
Go beyond your imagination and discover how easy it is to explore, design, and create with generative AI by iStock.
Cool.
Twitch is one of the most popular platforms for content creators, with over 7 million streamers going live each month to 35 million daily viewers. These viewers are on all kinds of devices and internet services.
Yeah.
Yet many
Overwatch, that
Twitch
is definitely what
streamers
people are going to
limited
Twitch now for.
broadcasting
It's,
at a single
you know.
resolution and quality level. As a result, they must broadcast at lower quality to reach more viewers. Twitch, OBS,
Yeah,
and
Twitch is
Nvidia
awful
are
when it
announcing
comes to
enhanced broadcasting.
Quality.
This new feature
There's like
will allow
there's
streamers
kind of
to
a maximum of
transmit up to
6K
5 concurrent
bit rate, but it
streams
kind
to
of
Twitch
isn't. There
at
are ways of
different
getting around it,
resolutions
so
and
not really.
quality,
It's
so
awful.
each viewer
And
can
having like
receive
proper,
the optimal experience.
yeah, Twitch enhanced
Twitch
broadcasting. That
enhanced
that
broadcast will be
actually sounds
supported
pretty
on
awesome.
all RTX GPUs.
I'm not doing this
Beta
stream on
signups
Twitch
start
because I didn't have
today
time to set it up.
and will go
because
live
I
later
just
this
came
month.
straight back from the doctors.
Twitch will
but
also experiment with 4K and AV1
I'm definitely going to be
on
using this when
GeForce
I'm
RTX
streaming
40
on
series
Twitch next.
to
I
deliver
I
even
pretty
better
much co-stream
quality
everything on
and
both
higher
Twitch and YouTube
resolution
now.
streaming. Today, we are announcing the Super Series. Let's
There it
take a
is.
look.
The cards we let you know everything about. Finally announcing them. Don't get me wrong, I'm actually kind of excited for them because they do look pretty cool, and it's just more performance for you know, a lower or the same price. My main issue is that I literally just bought an RTX 4080 a couple of months ago, and now I've got exactly the 4080 Super that performs better for less. It does definitely explain a lot. Like, there was barely any RTX 4080s of this type. I believe there's only 2 I could find in Europe. Like, in all of Europe on sale, I can only find 2 of these water block ones for €8 that I want to get. So yeah, if they're launching new ones so soon, that explains why the stuff doesn't exist. And if I just check, you know, Aorus's Twitter account just after this presentation, I'm gonna see the super version of this Waterforce card right
This
there.
is the RTX 4080
It's gonna happen,
Super.
obviously.
For gamers,
just to annoy
it can
me.
power fully ray-traced games at 4K. It is 1.4x faster than the RTX 3080 Ti without FrameGen in the most graphically intensive games. With 836
why
AI
comparing to
tiles,
3080 Ti?
DLSS
Why not
frame
4080?
generation delivers an extra performance boost, making the 4080 Super twice as fast as a 3080 Ti. Creators can generate video with stable video diffusion 1.5 times faster, and images with stable diffusion XL 1.7x faster. The RTX 4080 Super features more cores and faster memory, giving it a performance edge at a great new price of $999. The RTX
The fact they're not
4080 Super
comparing
will
it to the
be
4080
available
is kind of
January
concerning.
31st. Next
but again,
up is the
it's
RTX
faster for
4070
less,
Ti
so
Super.
can't
We've
really
added
be
more
too,
cores and increased the frame buffer
yeah,
to
can't be too
16
demanding.
gigabytes and the memory bus to 256 bits. It's the perfect GPU
Nice.
to max out your high refresh 1440p panels and even game at
$799,
4K.
pretty decent price for
Creators
that kind
will
of specs.
love it for video editing and rendering large 3D scenes. It's 1.6x faster than a 3070 Ti and 2.5 times faster with DLSS 3. It will be available on January 24 for $799. We're also introducing the RTX 4070 Super. We've added 20% more cores, making it faster than the RTX 3090.
Faster than the
at a
3090?
fraction of the power. And with
At
DLSS
$600?
3, it's 1.5
Can't argue with
times
that.
faster. It will be available
Say what you want
for
about Nvidia, but you
$599
can't argue with
starting
that.
January 17th. RTX is the fastest growing laptop platform, having grown 5 times in just the last 4 years. Over 50 million devices are enjoyed by gamers and creators across the globe. Today, we are announcing a new wave of RTX laptops launching from every major OEM, from 14-inch as slim as 16 millimeters.
Are these the ones that are
to
going to have the
most
new
powerful 18-inch.
Windows Copilot
There is a
key?
laptop for every gamer and creator. And thanks to powerful RT and Tensor cores, every RTX laptop
I mean, I recently
is
bought a
AI
laptop, so I'm
ready
not
for
currently in the
best
market.
gaming
Granted,
and
it is
AI
just an LG Gram
experiences.
style. It doesn't have a
With an installed
discrete
base
GPU,
of
but
100 million
you know, it's like,
GPUs
whatever.
and
I
500
do like it,
RTX
it's just
games and
affordable.
apps, GeForce RTX is the world's
And I,
largest platform
like, don't travel
for
enough
gamers,
right now.
creators, and now generative AI. For AI enthusiasts and developers, we are accelerating large language models for RTX PCs and workstations. And combined with NVIDIA GPUs in the cloud, hybrid AI will take experiences further, even bringing life to game characters.
Guess I'm kind of a big deal now.
To power these experiences, we announced our new Super GeForce desktop GPUs, delivering more
Are they
performance
literally just doing a recap
and
now?
Gen AI
Like, that's
power
it,
to
just
gamers
20
and
minutes
creators. We
of
also
consumer
announced
news, and
a
then the
new
rest is
wave
just going to
of
be enterprise.
AI-ready RTX laptops from every major OEM, delivering the ultimate in mobile performance. A new era of PC computing is here, and it will transform everything we do. NVIDIA and our partners are excited for what comes next. And now we'll hear from Deepu Talla about a new era for robotics.
And that's where we're going to leave it, because can't be bothered to listen to them talk about robotics. This isn't what the channel is for, I'm sorry. If you are really into like what they're doing for robotics, you know, definitely watch it. Yeah, it probably won't be a huge boost over the base 4080, the 4080 Super. However, again, it does have more CUDA cores. It's technically faster, whatever. And again, it's basically just a discount. It's basically just a fancy discount with a bit more power, which probably came from the you know, the whole Lovelace architecture being a bit more mature at this point. So yeah, honestly, even though it was just 20 minutes, I much preferred that to the AMD presentation, because it actually showed off the AI stuff they are promoting so much. They showed off the new stuff for the Twitch encoder. That is absolutely awesome to see. Obviously, the 3 new graphics cards, pretty exciting stuff. The Nvidia Ace demo, pretty cool, but again, it's probably gonna take a while until that actually sees any usage in games. Anything else? Oh yeah, Nvidia Remix, RTX Remix. There's still, I don't know if I missed it. I didn't see any like, proper release date, like common availability for that. So I don't know. If you're waiting for the price of the RTX 4070, the new one, the Super, it was already announced. I believe it was $600. Off the top of my head, I don't know how much that's going to be in euros. So, I think the euro and the dollars are around the same. So it's going to be around like, you know, 600 euros, give or take. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how these new graphics cards perform, and I think it's just great we're getting this kind of mid generation upgrade issues at the same time. RTX 5000 Blackwell, I mean, that's supposed to be coming later this year. For the longest time, everyone seemed to agree that we're only getting those new graphics cards in 2025. At a time, it didn't seem that off-brand for Nvidia. but at the same time, it just kind of seemed a bit too long. The fact that they are apparently now going to be released in the normal, the current 4070. Oh yeah, I don't think they'll be even producing the new 4070 anymore, because the 4070 Super is basically the same thing. It has the same price. They basically discontinued the 4070. That's basically what happened. So yeah, it's just a 4070 Super now. So yeah, like I was saying, the 4070 Super and the 4080 Super and the 4070 Ti Super, very awesome, but with most likely new Blackwell cards coming later this year, I don't know if too many people will be that into getting these. I mean, I definitely won't be getting one of these. I literally just bought my 4080. In terms of Blackwell, I don't even know if I'll upgrade to Blackwell very soon, especially because I just don't need to. My RTX 4080 is good enough for most things. Funnily enough, I think like the worst performing game I'm playing right now is actually Anno 1800. Mainly because, granted, it doesn't have any kind of DLSS and stuff like that. Cyberpunk is very, very, very demanding, much more demanding than Anno. However, I do have DLSS with FrameGen on that. I do get a pretty solid 60 FPS at 4K max settings, so can't really demand much more. What else were people saying? I guess the 4070 Ti Super will be the best. I mean, yeah, the best card of 2024. That at least out in the kind of like medium to high range. Let me quickly. Well, enough is my mouse cursor gone. There it is. Let me quickly go back to the pricing. Okay, so there it is. The RTX 4070 Super. It's going $800. 2.5 times the RTX 3070 Ti. People there's claiming it for 1440p 144 Hz plus. You could easily probably get away with a good 4K experience on that. Granted, you probably won't be reaching amazing frame rates in more demanding games, but you can totally do 4K on this. And then you of course have the 4070 Super, which is the standard 600, while also being faster than the 3090. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for these ones. Anyway, if you guys have any kind of thoughts on these, let me know. And hey, if you want to really support this channel, then super chats are a thing, because you know, if you're feeling generous enough to help this little channel, so maybe next year we'll go to CES and actually in person in Vegas. You know, every little bit helps. And if, of course, if you want other people to definitely really see what you're saying, then of course super chats are an option. I do know that I can gift memberships now, like. So if you want to trial and see what YouTube memberships on this channel are like, I know I can do that now, but I have no idea how. So I kind of need to work that out first. Okay, what else are people saying? It's still one of the worst named graphics cards though. Yep, I agree. The 4070 Ti Super, I made fun of it in my videos which I made about it. It is such a dumb name. But at the same time, Nvidia already kind of shot themselves in the foot when they made the 4070 Ti. And then, you know, they had to work back. Do you remember that entire fiasco, by the way, when we had the two different 4080s and then they turned the lower spec 4080 into the 4070 Ti? Yeah, that's the issue. The issue is that once you lay out that you know, tier list of graphics cards, that progression at the start of a generation, you can't go back on it. I guess you can. AMD and Nvidia both done it multiple times, you know, releasing basically the same thing, but maybe a few extra CUDA cores, a bit more VRAM, but basically the same graphics card, same name and everything. I'm gonna buy the 4070 Ti Super. What processor should I pair with it? Main thing is what resolution you're playing at, right? Because if you're going 4K, even 1440p, you really don't need that powerful processor. It also just depends on your budget. So I'd say probably a yeah, with a 4070 Ti, probably an i5 or i7 or the Ryzen equivalent of Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7 would probably be more than enough. I didn't do like a Christmas CPU buyer's guide this year, which I'm kind of disappointed by. Now that I think about it, I've seen a lot of people asking me that kind of question, like, is this CPU a good pairing for this GPU? I really want to do like an early 2024 CPU buyer's guide. I think now's the time to do it, especially seeing how we're not getting any new CPU releases anytime soon. Let me know if I should do that. Like, if that's going to be useful for you guys. Obviously, I won't be able to cover every single CPU and GPU combo, but still like a pretty good breakdown of what CPU for what price at what resolution. The price of the 4070 Super should be $550. I mean, true, but it's like $50 more. And the fact they're already offering this at the same price as the base 4070, that's cool. You can argue all day about if the base RTX 4070 was a fair price for the performance it offered at the time, but I don't know. The RTX 40 series at launch was definitely not the best value, definitely reflected in its kind of sales, very, very poor sales, but I think that now's the time for Nvidia to turn it around, and I feel like these prices are fair compared to the start of RTX 4080, start of RTX 40 series in general. Is it fair in the whole context of the GPU market? I don't know. Pricing for GPUs has been so all over the place in the past few years that I don't even know what a fair price is for a graphics card anymore. Okay, and I haven't been hunting for like lower spec graphics cards in a while. I don't want to sound like some, you know, spoiled YouTube or anything, okay, but like I haven't really looked into the pricing of lower end cards. I went straight from a 1080 Ti, which I used up until, I don't know, like halfway through 2023, straight to an RTX 4080. So yeah, I had very little interest in the kind of lower end SKUs, like what kind of price to performance they offer. What else have you were saying? I'm confused between 14700K and 7800X 3D. Both good. The 7800X 3D obviously is going to be really good for gaming because of the 3D V-cache. Off the top of my head, I won't be able to tell you how many. I think they should both be 8-core CPUs. Yeah, but both should be 8 cores, at least on 8 cores performance on Intel. They also have their Vision C cores. Actually, no. Are i7 still 6-core? Or are they 8-core now? I actually can't remember. Let me quickly check. Cores, yeah, it's an 8-core CPU as well for performance, and you have 12 efficiency cores. So both are good. The main, again, the 7800X 3D should have a bit of an edge in terms of gaming, but at the same time, I can't remember off the top of my head the exact kind of performance comparison between the two. Obviously, another big thing for you will be the platform, whether or not it's going to be worth it for you to get an AMD motherboard or a Intel motherboard. Remember that with Intel motherboards, you can still use DDR4 memory. That, of course, is going to save you some money. With AMD, you can't. But then Intel is a dead-end platform, and then if you go AMD now, you'll probably be able to get a few more generations of upgrades to your CPU. So there's pros and cons really there for both SKUs. I'm eyeing the RTX 4070 Ti Super. Yeah, again, the RTX 4070 Ti Super, pretty sweet. Like I said, I'm pretty surprised they managed to kind of hit the exact same pricing on these things. I mean, especially the $200 discount on the RTX 4080 versus the 4080 Super. That obviously was more than doable. The $1,200 that the RTX 4080 was, that was just a misunderstanding. That thing is definitely not worth that much. Ignore the fact that I just said I have an RTX 4080 myself, okay? I know it's bad, but like I have my reasons for getting it. I know the price is bad, but just, okay. Leave me alone on this one. But yeah, the fact that these two are the exact same price just means you're getting more power for the same amount of money. And I think that's cool. Anyway, I think we'll be wrapping it up soon. It is getting... What time is it actually? I think it's only past. They're probably still like going on about AI and... Oh no, they actually just finished. Have they actually just finished? Yeah, okay. They didn't spend too much on robotics then. Anyway, so yeah, in terms of more stuff from CES, the Intel presentation will be next, and that's going to be in like 2 days time, I believe, at 1 AM GMT, so that is going to be really fun to wake up to. I think I'm even going to go to sleep. I think I'm just going to stay up all night just to cover that presentation, there isn't going to even be anything interesting. It's probably just going to be mostly AI stuff from Intel, with probably a few mobile SKUs from Meteor Lake, which I gotta say I'm not too excited about. So yeah, let me know any of your last thoughts about what Nvidia announced here. Again, if you want to support the channel, then Super Chats are a thing, Patreon is a thing, YouTube memberships are a thing, where you get awesome exclusive videos every month, and there's, of course, our Amazon links as well. If you're planning on buying literally anything from Amazon, literally anything, if you use our links, if you just get to Amazon using our links, then we get some money back that gets reinvested straight into the channel. So who knows, maybe next year I'll be able to bring you all the exciting news in my regular kind of snarky, cynical Den Inside way, live from Las Vegas. But anyway, that is about it for this live stream. Again, stay tuned because we'll be going live with Intel, and of course I'll be doing plenty of additional videos from CES about all the announcement in the coming days. Oh, okay, we do have a super chat coming in. 4070 will still be available and cheaper. If that's true, that's gonna be awesome. But I remember seeing a while back about them discontinuing a lot of the graphics cards. I know that for certain the RTX 4080 was discontinued, which is also why I had such a difficult time getting my RTX 4080. We'll see. Hopefully, I don't know. I was going to say hopefully they haven't stopped production at the same time. If the brand new super cards are just the same thing, but if the price is the same way but are just better, then I don't know why they would want to continue producing them. I think that would just confuse the average consumer when they see these two graphics cards at the same price, unless they do some price cuts. Like, that's one thing I haven't really discussed or thought about yet, is if they do price cuts for the 4070 Ti, then it would make sense. And so, hey, definitely keep a lookout, both on the used market and the new market, because if you still want just a base model 4070, if they're not starting production, then we could be seeing some pretty good prices in the coming months. But anyway, that is about it for this live stream. If you like it, then remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you all in whatever I make next, which will most likely be the Intel presentation. Well, actually no, that is happening on Wednesday, so first there's going to be most likely a video on Tuesday recapping most likely the Nvidia presentation, because yeah, again,